For any business that's growing, accounting can feel like a huge headache, right? But what if you could turn it from something you have to do into a powerful tool that helps you grow? That's exactly what we're going to break down today. So let's be honest, for a lot of us, just managing the books, the payroll, and making sure everything's compliant feels like a full-time job in itself. It's so easy to get buried in the day-to-day numbers when you're trying to focus on the big picture. Does that sound a little too familiar? Well, it really doesn't have to be that way. Today, we're going to lay out a clear roadmap to help you make smarter financial decisions, figure out the right team, and really set your business up for some serious success. Okay, let's dive into this. All right, first things first. When you're ready to start building out your own finance team inside the company, you hit a really important fork in the road. It usually comes down to this one question. Do I need an accounting manager or do I need a controller? They might sound kind of the same, but trust me, their roles are worlds apart. So think of your accounting manager as the boots-on-the-ground leader. They're right there in the trenches, dealing with the daily grind, making sure bills get paid, payroll goes out without a hitch, and the bookkeeping staff knows what they're doing. They're the ones keeping the financial engine running, day in and day out. The controller, on the other hand, is looking at everything from a 30,000-foot view. They're the strategic overseer. Their whole job is to make sure the entire operation isn't just accurate, but that it's also compliant, and, this is the big one, that it's perfectly aligned with where the company wants to go long term. They're the ones putting together those big picture reports for the leadership team. But, what if you're not quite ready for a full-time in-house person? Or maybe you just need to expand your capacity. That's when businesses start looking outside for help, which brings us to a really powerful strategy called nearshoring. So what in the world is nearshoring? Well, it's a super smart way to outsource your accounting. Instead of sending work halfway across the globe, you partner with teams in countries that are close by. This gives you this amazing balance between saving money and actually being able to work together effectively. So why is this getting so popular? Well, with nearshoring, your teams are in similar time zones. That means real-time collaboration. I mean, that's not just a nice to have. That's how you stop a small error from turning into a total crisis. You also tend to have cultural and language similarities, which just makes communication way easier. And you still get those big cost savings without giving up quality or control. It's a fantastic win-win. Now, let's pivot for a second and talk about another option, offshoring. Now, this strategy can save you even more money, but, and this is a big but, it comes with a whole different set of rules and responsibilities that you absolutely have to know about. Look, the main reason anyone looks at offshoring is pretty obvious, right? It's the chance to get the absolute maximum cost savings by hiring talent from much farther away. And it can be a great model, but it means you have to be much more careful, especially when it comes to the legal stuff. And that brings us to the most important point. The IRS is crystal clear about this. You have to be transparent about these kinds of arrangements. This isn't just a friendly suggestion, it's a legal requirement with some pretty serious consequences. Seriously, this is not a step you can just gloss over. You are legally required, it's a must, to tell the IRS about your offshore CPA hires. If you don't, you could be looking at audits or some really stiff penalties. So that means you need rock-solid contracts, and you have to be relentless about checking out your partner's data security. It's non-negotiable. Okay, so we've talked about building your in-house team and outsourcing. Now let's get into a more advanced strategy, one that's amazing for CPA firms or any business that wants to scale up their services like yesterday. It's called white labeling. This is basically how you can grow your capacity almost overnight. And the process is so simple, it's brilliant. First, you partner up with a trusted firm that does all the expert accounting work behind the scenes. Then, and this is the cool part, that work gets delivered to your clients under your brand. So to your client, it looks like you did all the work. The result? You can instantly offer more services and handle more clients, all without the pain and cost of hiring new people. Honestly, this is the secret weapon for so many businesses that are scaling fast. It's literally like having an entire team of experts on call, working invisibly in the background to make your brand look incredible and to power your growth. So we've covered who to hire, where you can find help, and even how to scale up your services. Let's pull this all together and talk about what it all means for the future of your company. Choosing between a manager and a controller, or picking nearshoring over offshoring, these aren't just about the bottom line. No, they are foundational, strategic choices. Getting the right structure in place means you get accuracy, you stay compliant, and you build a solid base that can actually support your growth, not hold it back. And that really just leaves us with one last big question for you to think about. I want you to take a hard look at your current setup, your team, your processes, everything. Is your financial structure just helping you get by day to day, or is it truly built to launch you into the future?